We're joined by Bruce Boudreau. And Bruce, the Habs have 4 wins in 11 games. Over the last week and a half, they have losses where they've given up 6, 7, and 8 goals. So what is going on with the Montreal Canadiens?
Well, obviously, like it's worn off right now at the beginning of the year, the excitement for teams that aren't doing great, then all of a sudden they become who they are. And I think that's what the Habs are doing here. In the first 5 games, when they were being semi-successful in that, they're looking really good. The goaltending was great. Now, all of a sudden, the teams are starting to get into seasonal form, and they're really exposing Montreal's deficiencies. When you're giving up 14 goals in the last 2 games and another 7-goal game in between there somewhere, I mean, you know you have deficiencies on defense. And Montembeault, who they were talking about, hey, listen, he could be in one of Canada's goaltenders this year, has not looked good the last few times. So I think they've definitely got holes in their game that their eyes are opening, and they're saying, well, we got to get these guys fixed. We got to fix this. This isn't anything that we thought was going to happen. So I think Montreal's in a little bit of trouble because I think their eyes are opening that their team is not very good defensively right now.
Yeah, they were surprising most of us at the beginning of the season. And their coach, Martin St. Louis, said of last night's loss, we're in a good spot going into the third, and then you just throw up all over yourself. So Bruce, he's clearly frustrated, and reasonably so. Is St. Louis getting enough out of the Habs roster right now?
No, they're not. I mean, Caulfield's got 10 goals, but I mean, you look down the lineup and nobody's scoring, nobody's defending. And listen, I think even, never had anything bad to say about Marty. It's still not going to go out overboard. But listen, 3-3 going into the third period, they still weren't great. They were still giving up chances. And Washington, as the home team, as a good team that plays well in the third, and I know he knows that, they not only threw up over themselves, but they just quit playing. And I mean, in the NHL, you got to play 60 minutes or you're going to be in trouble. But 3-3 going into the third, I'm saying, okay, we're okay, but we're not doing great. I wouldn't give plaudits for being tied 3-3 going into the third, and I think he did. And so letting them off the hook a little bit, even with the statement about the third period. So not happy with the way they played, and know they can do a lot better.
Well, they had 76 points last season. They're on pace for only 67 right now, Bruce. So do you expect they'll get it together, play better, or is this going to be another long year in Montreal?
Well, you know what? I think nobody was counting on them to make the playoffs. But the biggest problem for me is that it seems to be that Detroit, Buffalo, and Ottawa are all playing better. I mean, and so Boston's got to get better. They have to. They always have been. So I mean, they don't have some easy teams in the East to play. I think I recall. Every game against the Leafs is a battle. Every game against Ottawa is a battle. But I mean, it's going to be tough for them to get 75 points, I think. And I mean, before the season started, they were the one team in the Atlantic that was not being talked about as a potential playoff team, as this might be another year of just getting better and getting better. But I mean, it's got to start somewhere. They've had 3 years of this. I got to believe that it's going to start, but it's got to start soon, or the Montreal fans are not going to be happy.
No, they won't. And next up for the Habs are the Penguins on Saturday night.